host is Ram Ronquillo. I am the tech news editor at Gadget Pilipinas. I am joined, of course, by our editor-in-chief, Emman, PC lead, Grant Soriano, and news writer, Migs Palispis. How's everyone? How's everyone doing?
Ito, nagpipixelate.
Ano feeling ng pagpipixelate?
There's a blip in my signal.
Ramdam mo ba yan, IRL?
Yeah, I'm good.
Kaya Migs, Grant, kamusta? Balita sa...
Drinking my favorite coffee.
Yan!
Gising na gising.
Fifth episode na Tim Hortons. Baka naman. So I hope everyone had a great March. I think our episode is a bit late by our standards, but I was out during the end of I was out and we were busy during the end of March. But we're about a week into April. But before we get to the main discussion, we passed through what do I say? Quite a good day for news and tech, like news in general, which is April Fool's Day. So, may nakita ba yung mga interesting April Fool's executions news while you're scrolling through social media?
Yes.
Meron,
Yes.
mga ilan-ilan.
Ano yung mga paborito nyo? Share with the class.
Sige, Grant, ikaw na muna.
For me, I think since pinauna ko ni Emman, which is sabi na ni Emman kanina, before we started going live. So yung kay Asus, the ROG contact lens. I forgot the exact name, but sobrang benta nun sa akin. I mean, para part of us wish that it's really true, diba? Pero sobrang giveaway nung naging duling yung ano dun, yung nagde-demo ng product tapos yung kumikindat siya mag-isa, gumagano.
For those that are listening to the podcast, don't see the website that Gian's showing behind the scenes and have no idea what it is. Can you give us a rundown of the ROG Smart Lens?
So it's supposed to take you to the next level. So it's a contact lens that's supposed to connect with you in games or with games. So may blue light filter. There's eye tracking, no? So in your contact lens, and then of course eye specific controls, no? So blink once for certain setting. If you know how to be eye tracking works, parang ganun ba to na contact lens level yung mga eye gestures natin. So
yeah,
there's a part dun sa video na naging duling yung nagde-demo, nag-cross-eyed, plus kumikindat. And then of course AuraSync RGB. So who needs colored contact lens, diba?
You imagine what if this becomes a thing in the future?
Diba? Actually, what I like about it is the case. Parang sobrang ganda ng case niya, no? I mean, you can use it for their future through wireless earbuds or kung anong accessory. Pero sobrang ganda kasi tignan eh. Especially that it's ROG. Yes.
I mean, let's be honest here. Like, there have been tech that companies released but were initially what April Fool's jokes. I think one of those is a Xbox Ref, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah.
Which is now available. So who knows? Maybe many years in the future we'll have contact lenses that will allow us to do things by blinking. Imagine if you blink twice, there's a screenshot.
Hassle.
That ought to be pretty interesting.
Pag nag-squint ka, zoom in.
Tapos may tunog din.
Pero ikaw nang nakakarinig.
Oo.
So, kada nagbe-blink ka, sakit sa ulo nun. Migs, may nakita ka ba kakaibang tech?
Yung nakita ko lang yung sa Xiaomi India yung Confi Boost nila na kasi parang may tease dapat yata sila na may tablet na lalabas. Tapos biglang nung pagdating ng April 1, literal na mga tablet talaga. Kasi nakalagay pa sa lalagyan. Tapos yung parang nakalagay na tagline, Confi Boost tablets help you achieve anything only if you believe in it. Labo.
I swear to God, like there's someone in the tech industry that really enjoys this type, like April Fools. Like tingin ko nag-aabang lang sila mag April Fools. Tapos let's go!
Ayan na.
Let's go, let's do this.
Ayan o, Confi Boost. may video ad pa eh.
Imagine how much like they put into producing these videos just for
Diba?
April Fools. That's really fun stuff.
Yep.
For those that are
Mga
listening
nagabang.
into the podcast, by the way, we're talking about actual tablets, as in gamot tablets.
Drinkable.
Oh, and yep, yung bote niya, just to give you an idea, excuse me, an idea, mukha siyang ano.
Kailangan mo ng Confi Boost.
Mukha siyang protein shake bottle.
Oo. Tapos silaban mo ang TikToks.
Oo. Yung sa ROG medyo plausible pa eh. Ito,
Sobrang layo eh.
borderline, well, ito extreme na to. Pero, I'm in for it. I enjoy this kind of stuff. It's always exciting. Like, you know how every year, people get excited for the Super Bowl and the ads that come out during Super Bowl? This is it for me. Like, April Fools.
April Fools.
I'm always excited to see what tech companies and gaming companies come out, or like any company in general comes out for April Fools. Ikaw, Emman, anything interesting?
Bukod sa niloko niya ako, hindi, joke lang.
Yan.
Naku po!
Joke lang.
Naku po!
Hindi, nakita ko yung
April Hurts pala.
yung yung subatomic na PC. Yung .PC. Sabi niya, inintroduce siya ni Newegg. And yun yung, saan yun? A computer so small you can't see it. Yun yung, tapos, sabi na, superposition CPU, subatomic interference, custom loop.
Subatomic.
Tapos, quantum entanglement graphics card. Wow.
Grabe yun.
So,
Super futuristic.
PC,
Grabe yun.
hindi mo na makikita, no? Yeah, I mean, it sort of reminds me yung kung nanonood kayo ng Dragon Ball, yung capsule na that you can just throw out and then pwedeng magkaroon ng ref, pwedeng magkaroon ng spaceship. Yung mga ganun. so it's like ayun. I mean it's parang why not, diba? I mean, if you're gonna go crazy in your imagination anyway,
Tama naman.
Why not? I mean, chips are getting, smaller and smaller, diba? So, diba, parang ano na tayo ngayon? 5 nanometer na.
May 4 na rin yata.
May 4 na ata. And parang in the works na rin ata yung 3, no? So yeah. So, it's not really that far-fetched na, I mean, probably not subatomic, but probably one day baka yung PC natin, I mean, diba, baka yung full-fledged gaming PC natin silate na lang, I don't know, I guess a small speaker ganon, no? Na I mean, there are already ngayon mga PC naman na parang USB type, diba, or yung mga box type na but they're not as powerful as actual full-fledged desktop, kahit yung mga ATX.
Di ka sila subatomic.
Nakakasar.
Ay,
Grant,
Yo.
Grant, imagine mo kung magre-review ka na sa Batomic na
wala
tapos
nga.
picture mo.
Hassle.
Wala.
Naka-micron na.
Paano review shots mo nun? Microscopic?
Wala. You can just imagine it's there. No?
May malaking araw na lang dun sa
Yeah,
picture. Nandito siya.
believe me, it's there. It's running. No?
Yan, di ba?
In fact, it's connected to my monitor. Ganun.
Tapos
Ayan
yung
nilalaro nga ako eh. Hindi na nakikita yung cable.
Wireless lahat.
yun yung mga real futuristic stuff, di ba?
Yep.
Ako, ang ma-share ko, one, like, this is just literally in passing, is the grass keycaps from HyperX. Kasi nakakatawa siya tingnan. Tingin ko ang kaliit sa kamay. Plus, can you imagine for those that are eating? Or like have a lot of bugs in their room?
Mm-hmm.
May pugad na sila.
May mini ecosystem.
To be fair, yung mga tao na may ecosystem yung PC, diba? Yung mga sobrang madumi yung systems and yung mga keyboards. Pero this takes it on you.
Cold nila eh.
Tapos imagine mo maarawan yan.
Mali mo tumubo.
Tumubo, no?
Libreng
mga bulak lang pala. At least hindi mo na kailangan gumawa na custom keycaps, diba?
Kada pindot mo may kiliti.
May mga tumunog na insekto.
May konting sundot.
I don't know about you guys, pero I usually rest my other fingers on the keyboard when I'm like typing and stuff. Can you imagine that on a grassy keycap?
Kiliti.
Oo eh.
Mahirap pagpasmado ka, so nag-gardening minsan, nadidiligan mo yung mga...
Basa lang yun.
Imagine. Although not gonna lie, if any keycap maker would make something like this, I'm down to give it a try.
Why not?
Diba? Matibang escape key lang ganyan. No? Space bar.
Organic, it's organic.
Diba? Pero dapat yung plastic mo, biodegradable. Para
mousepad mo, ganyan din.
Yun lang.
Damo.
May mga ipis na sa loob eh.
yung mga bed bugs mo doon na nakatira sa
doon na lumipat, no? Okay,
sa mousepad mo.
Fresh air.
Imagine mo kung mangyari yun, no? Organic keycaps in mousepad.
Sabi ni Sir or Ma'am Solid Snake Gaming, no need to lube, trim na lang.
I wouldn't be surprised, di ba? I mean, isipin mo, possible talaga siya na like, I mean, maybe ganyan pero parang naisip ko, pwede siyang gawin in a way na para siyang yung custom na keycap na there's like parang a space sa loob na pwede mo lagyan ng stuff. Like, doon mo ilalagay yung grass and then you cover it with a transparent cover, no?
Alam ko na ikinig si Gio.
Para siyang artisan na keycaps.
Diba?
Pwede yun, no? Tapos, hindi lang grass, pwede yung bato. Diba?
May sariling Zen garden.
Pwede rin, pwede rin
bonsai sa gilid.
Pwede rin ugat, mga ganon. Pwede mga maliliit na bulaklak, palagay mo doon, diba?
Alam mo yung mga custom keyboard na may
metals.
Na may knob. Na detachable. Imagine mo, palitan mo na ng bonsai tree, tapos ginaganon.
Bonsai yung iniipot.
Pinipihit mo yung bonsai.
Ang maganda dyan kung gusto mong mabango, di ka ng oregano, tapos lagay mo doon. Diba?
Sky's the limit, I swear.
Diba? Mabango ang keyboard mo.
Sabi ni Gian sa YouTube, Guy 1, switch mo? Mushy clay. Hindi na uso yung hindi na uso yung maingay, hindi na talky or
nagagawa.
Sabat buhangin.
Nagagawa nga nila sana yan eh. Nagagawa nga nila sa headphones yan eh.
No, diba?
Sa mga EM, nagagawa nila yung custom design yung gilid eh. So, bakit hindi sa keycaps?
Tapos may wrist rest na kahoy, di ba? Ituloy mo na yung organic aesthetic mode.
Oo, lupa na rin.
Oo naman.
Para malambot.
Di ba?
May lagam-lagam. May lagam-lagam pa, no?
Lalo na kung mahilig ka kumain sa may PC, no? Pero di mo alam kasi...
Ecology ka na doon.
Part siya ng design. Yung mga langgam.
Colony caps.
Colony caps.
Colony caps.
Hindi ka antokin doon kasi makakagat ka every 5 minutes.
O, di ba?
Kulay pula na yung kamay mo.
Pag may makita kami mga ganito sa...
Mga antik na yung laman eh.
Pag may mga nakita kami mga ganito sa market, IP namin IP namin, mga ma'am sir. Salamat po.
Ano magandang brand name dyan? Organic keys. Ganun.
Organic keys.
Diba? Full organic na yung yung peripherals mo. Mouse.
Nature friendly, diba?
Uso yun ngayon.
Zero carbon.
Yan, diba? Mali mo, makatulong. Tapos yung, hindi mo na kailangan diligan, kailangan pasmado ka lang.
You have your own climate.
Yung isa pang paborito ko from April Fools was from my favorite brand, Nothing. So, I think recently they announced their phone. Like, they announced they're gonna release a phone. Tapos, the day before April, nung Feb 28, nag-announce sila na there's more. So parang, okay, they're gonna release something else. And they suddenly posted Nothing Another One. Tapos yung copy nila, experience edge-to-edge monotony. It's inspiringly uninspired, utterly unoriginal, and exactly the same as everything else. Coming to bore you soon. O, diba? Ganda nung copy nila, in fairness. In fairness sa copywriter nila.
Parang shots fired yun
Oo, diba? Very, yung medyo light job lang. Hindi siya, Pero, it's again, stuff like this. Kaya nga when we were talking about what to talk about today, like, and I think, Grant, I don't know, I saw the list and I saw the April Fools. Siyempre, April Fools, importante yan. Para di naman puro in-depth tayo dito. Anything else?
Dapat pa lang iglabas tayo yung sarili natin ganun.
Actually, nakita nyo ba yung sa Razer April Fools nila?
Alin?
So Razer, bagay siya dun sa ginawa kasi ni ROG. So, no April Fools, Razer released a haptic tracksuit. So ano siya, parang connect to the metaverse, no? So if you have your VR or if you're playing a game.
Okay.
So parang siyang Ready Player One.
Yeah, Ready Player One vibes.
Uubo ka.
To be honest, this is some of these techs are very plausible. Parang yung suit. Parang think ko eventually papunta rin dun.
So, yung mga demo nung laro was for example, you're playing Elden Ring. So pag na-slash ka, mararamdaman mo yung pain level ng character mo.
Wag lang sa crotch area.
Patay ka IRL.
So pag nag-VR boxing ka, ramdam mo yung knockouts, punches.
Tulog ka sa upuan
So total 100% immersion siya.
Can you imagine if you're playing Mortal Kombat and you're fighting Johnny Cage player? Don't may nut shot siya.
Yun nga Kaya sana wala sa crotch area po.
Based on the video that's playing on stream right now, mukhang wala sa crotch. Pero meron sa inner thigh. Unless yung buong suit is haptic. Kung ganun, GG tayo dyan.
Masakit yan, sir.
Parang lugi ang mga lalaki. Malalaman mo kung sino yung naka-haptic suit. Pag nasa Discord kayo lahat, tapos umaaray rin siya IRL.
Wag dun.
Aray. pero diba may mga kaibigan tayo na medyo immersed sa laro. So yung umaaray din, pero yung sa kanila ramdam mo na masakit talaga.
Yung wasak yung ano niya eh.
Ramdam mo yung hapti.
Oo eh. You know,
So, imagine suot mo yung yung hypersuit tapos naka ROG lens ka.
lens ka.
Sakit na ng buong katawan mo, pati mata mo.
Full tech. Actually, now that I'm watching the video, driving games also is, gonna be interesting. Lalo na pag nag-flip yung kotse.
Mali yung mga buto
Tumilapon
mo.
ka.
At least workout, diba?
Yup.
Naalala ko tuloy yung chair na may kinabit na hydraulic sa likod. Pag mabangga yung auto, tumatalsik yung sobrang wide.
Alam ba yun? Yung nakakabit ba sa mesa? O yung sa mouse? Yung pag tuwing bumabaril may parang
Yung sa mouse, iba pa yun. Yung pag bumabaril
Iba
ka,
pa yun.
may
hassle yun. May recoil.
Kanit. Oo. So, hindi malabo mangyari yung haptic suit, diba? I think realistically, haptic suit maybe 50 years, mga ganun, posible. Yung Asus, baka ganun din since we have smart glasses. So, who knows?
Pag normal na yung smart glasses, yun na yung sunod
Diba?
siguro.
So,
pero
haptic is, diba?
isipin mo rin by that time probably may something similar na rin tayo sa nerve gear, diba? So probably it won't even be needed. No.
That's true.
Kasi pasok ko sa MMO, dama mo na lahat eh. Lumalakad ka na dun eh. Mahawa ka na ng mga...
VR is
naaamoy mo.
truly is the way.
Kirito ka na, kirito ka na.
Parang bago dito. Nice na ano.
Inisipin mo Final Fantasy na, tapos kalabang Malbo.
Yeah.
Duke dito
Patay.
Imagine mo lalaro mo yung mga apocalyptic game, diba? Yung or yung mga zombie game, mga yung Resident Evil na recent, yung may corpses and stuff. 8 pa yun.
8.
Oh, yun parang pinaparod ko lang yung gameplay, naamoy ko na yung
naamoy mo na eh.
Parang imagine those types of games with that kind of tech, like no, just a no for me. I think on behalf of me and Gian, it's a no.
Pero kung ganun pa rin yung presyo, medyo worth it yun. Di ba? Mga 2K lang din yung presyo. Okay, sige. At least you're getting more, di ba?
Oo.
Pwede mong i-adjust yung intensity nung
yung
di tipo mga level 3 lang, ganun. Medyo mild.
Puro pleasant lang.
Puro pleasant lang. I-off lahat ng iba.
Kahit dugo na, strawberry.
Kahoy lang yung maamoy mo.
So, di ko alam kung if the viewers, you guys can share what you've seen from April Fool's jokes in the chat. We can get back to it later. From unbelievable tech, I guess is safe to say. We go to, I think, what is pretty interesting in the mobile world is Vivo X. So Vivo is setting up to unveil I think 4 devices, if I'm not mistaken. The Vivo X Fold, the Vivo X Note, Vivo X Note, Vivo X Fold, Vivo X 80 series, and from what I hear, it's also said to come with a Vivo Pad. I think the most interesting here is the Vivo Fold, because it is the first foldable device from Vivo, which now in this age right now, like where we are right now in 2022, I think it's just a matter of time until all the companies will release their own version of this. One thing, it is said to have an 8-inch internal display, with a 120 hertz refresh rate. On the outside, it is said to be a 6.53-inch full HD plus panel with a 120 hertz refresh rate. There was an article recently that leaked. Well, it basically leaked the entire thing, right? There's the cameras, which is a 50 megapixel Samsung GN5 main camera, a 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 114 degree field of. Oh no, sorry, that's a 114 field of view on the ultra wide. 12 megapixel portrait lens, and the 60x OIS periscope lens. This will carry the Zeiss branding. It is said to have Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 among other features because that's a lot of information in one go. What do you guys what's your guys' take on foldable devices, like especially with the specs that you've heard?
For this one specific,
Yeah.
X Fold. Okay, I'll go first.
Sige.
Well, foldable phones are like there's ano kasi, there's like a push and pull happening no with foldables. Na some people are dismissing it as just one parang something that will come to pass, no. And some people are viewing it as the future, no, as na eventually it will trickle down into parang more segments, no, na eventually even the mid-range will have, foldable phones.
Mhm.
When the technology becomes more affordable, no. Kasi ngayon it's more affordable than before.
Last year,
A lot more affordable actually.
Yeah.
But it's still not within the reach of, the typical consumer, no, na hindi, that who isn't willing to spend on flagship specs, no.
Mhm.
Kasi we're talking more of the design, no.
Yeah.
If you can bring the foldable design with mid-range specs and bring down the price to a more affordable level, then probably it will be more accessible that way. But yun nga, probably it's not yet possible now kasi nga, di ba? May physical limitations pa siguro. But yun nga, in this case, no, Vivo X Fold, well, the specs are what you would expect from this device, no, a device of this caliber. If I was to be parang, well, it says dun sa material that it's an E5 display, no? So it's probably a Samsung E5 display.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if it's an LTPO too, or if there's gonna be a new LTPO version, meaning it can go down to 1 hertz, no? To ano. And then of course they're boasting the DisplayMate certification, lagi naman eh. And then what's probably exciting with this phone is the Zeiss, the Zeiss branding, which is also available on their X70 smartphone, which I have right now. No, it's gonna be very interesting kung ano yung kayang gawin, no. Kasi the thing with Vivo is that their X70, no, yung X70 lalo na yung Pro Plus, it got a lot of good reviews, no, as far as I know. I've been watching some reviews of it, international reviews, no, kasi hindi naman nila ginawang available dito yun. And it's been getting a lot of, maganda yung feedback no, sa phone, no, lalo na sa camera niya. And it really can, it really can go toe to toe with, the iPhone or the Samsung, no. Ganon. Well, kaya lang for me parang itong ganitong phone kasi surely it won't be cheap, no. It won't be cheap. So given na parang Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 has been around for parang a few months na rin, ano? And there's already rumors of a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 Plus, if I'm not mistaken, no? So parang if you get this, like it's gonna launch in a few days, no? If it does launch in a few days, if you happen to get it, no, parang ilang buwan mo na lang siyang may enjoy before actually mag-release yung next processor, no? Na and parang alam mo yun, you're gonna spend a ton of money on a device that will be eventually be parang outdated in a few months. No, in terms of processor at least, no. So parang ako, I'm just gonna wait for the next iteration of this thing next year with next gen tech, no. Kasi so far, ito na naman tayo sa case of Gen 1 eh.
Yeah.
Gen 1, meaning guinea pig ka na naman pag kumuha ka niyan. No? So ikaw yung beta tester, no? So, and not everybody can afford to do that. So for those who can afford, then very nice, but
Very nice.
if you're really gonna put your money into a device that's worth it, parang maybe it's best to just look at reviews muna, no? Look at reviews, look at ano ba yung state niya ngayon. And yun nga, you try to think ahead, no? Ano ba yung magiging Gen 2 nito? No? Most likely Gen 2 nito will be improving so much on Gen 1, just like what happened with Samsung, di ba?
Yeah.
The first Fold, no, had some issues with it, and eventually they fixed it with the Fold 2 and now the Fold 3, and it took 2 generations, so we'll see. No, we'll see. No, if Vivo gets it right. No.
We'll
Yeah.
also see if it's gonna make it out of China because Oppo in the end stayed in China.
Yun nga eh. Ayun nga eh.
Yeah.
The thing with Vivo kasi is that based on their history at least, no, they don't have a good track record of bringing all of their X devices here, no. Like sa X70, the only thing that they brought here was the X70 vanilla, the vanilla X70. Hindi nila dinala yung Pro tsaka yung Pro Plus, no, which could be due to a few, factors like demand and price, no. Baka they don't think that it will sell. No, we don't have any idea. But
That's true.
so siguro what I could hope for is at least they bring this here maybe just for parang trial purpose lang. No, maybe a few units that can circulate
Units, yeah, exactly.
with the media, no. Para matest. Para matest natin, we can give our feedback, no.
And
then if they're really, maybe if they're really confident, maybe they can like sell like 5 or 10 of these. And then if mabili, no, and there's high demand, then why not, diba? Diba? Kasi chance sayang din eh, no? Maybe people are interested in trying something a new foldable apart from Samsung, diba? Kasi sila pa lang yung meron eh. Diba? And Oppo, diba? Eh, hindi naman dinala ni Oppo dito yung kanila. So, it's a good opportunity, no? So, let's see. Hopefully, no? Hopefully, if Vivo Philippines is, listening right now or watching, guys, if this is gonna release soon, sana we hope you can let us try it at least.
Yeah.
No, it's a good, it's a good experience kasi na new tech yan eh. So, yeah. I guess that's it for me. No.
Grant or Migs, what's your take on a new foldable device?
Sa akin, inaantay ko lang yung sinabi ni Sir Emman na pag nag-trickle down na sa mas lower price point para lang matry. Kasi para sa akin, hindi worth it yung hindi pa worth it yung price niya sa ngayon. Lalo na yun nga, na malapit na naman mapatungan ng mas magandang or mas latest na
chip,
na processor. So parang ayun, sayang sa pera.
So you'd prefer to get it at a more affordable price?
Pag bumaba na. Sabihin natin mid-tier or kahit yung pinakamababang pa entry level, pero mukhang matagal pa yan.
Here's a question for you specifically. Would you, given my budget ka to buy a flagship device, would you buy a regular flagship device or get a foldable device?
Siguro regular flagship pa rin ako.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, sa ngayon.
Because you don't trust the tech yet? Or is there...
Parang wala kasi akong use para sa ganyang, I mean, kung may pambili naman ako ng flagship, sure naman din na may pambili ako ng tablet. So, iwalay ko na lang. Ewan ko, para sa akin lang.
Yeah. Pero hindi ka curious with the tech.
Curious ako, pero yun nga, parang hindi worth it pang gumastos ng ganyan kalaki para lang ma-feed yung curiosity na yan. Siguro tsaka na nga, pag mas mababa na yung
More
price.
affordable.
Oo.
That's true. Mr. Grant?
Okay, so for me,
Okay,
I
for
don't know know how to feel about foldable phones.
yeah.
I'm still stuck with the thought na kung ano bang mas gusto ko, if I want a vertical folding phone or a horizontal folding phone. Diba?
Yes.
Kasi it's a factor for for uh for people, actually it affects how you use the device.
Yeah, true.
So pero so far most of my friends na naka-foldable phone, they
Mhm.
have the horizontal opening one. I forgot the name. It's the Samsung
Z.
Fold, tama, Fold. Kasi
Yeah.
pag flip na siya kapag
Flip. Yeah.
ano ba? Yes. So I guess I'm leaning towards a horizontal phone first rather than a vertical folding phone. And price wise, siguro if it's at least at 20K more or less, parang okay siya na trial phone, quote
Mhm.
unquote.
Yeah.
Kasi for the specs naman, as long as it's a good screen, kasi I'll likely I'll be more likely to use it for media consumption rather than
Yeah.
for other stuff, no.
Yeah.
And yun lang.
Huh. I've never thought of that way. Parang
It's a
but
phablet.
yeah. I think that's a good question, like for everyone, like both in the podcast and those that are listening and watching the stream. Would you prefer a would you prefer a flipping phone or a folding phone? Kasi ako, I think I'd prefer a folding phone, like the one like tama ba? Horizontal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horizontal.
horizontally folding, because if I put it in my pocket, it's not a strange size, because a flip, like as much as I enjoy the smallness of it, it's gonna be like a small rectangle in your pocket, right?
Uh-huh.
As compared to like the more traditional folding phone that's still roughly the size of a phone. It's slightly thicker, but like if you see it in a pocket, it's still a phone, right? But
Mm.
if you see like a flip phone, like ano yan?
Weird.
Like I think it'll feel weird in the pocket. That's just me. How about you, Grant? And I mean Emman and Migs. Ano mas trip nyo? Vertical, horizontal?
Siguro horizontal din ako.
Because of the same reason?
Oo.
Medyo kind of weird eh. Ikaw,
Ano ba?
Emman, have you tried a flip phone? Like
Yeah. I had I was able to view the flip.
uh-huh.
The
And
flip
the
3.
fold or flip phone?
The flip 3. The
Ah.
latest.
Mhm.
Yeah. So okay naman siya. I mean, I get the purpose of why it's there. No? I guess the purpose of why it folds that way. Because they wanna replicate nga yung kasi yun, 'di ba, the flip phones of before, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Ganun yun eh.
Yeah.
That had the effect, no? And
Mm.
then ngayon, basically they just transformed the screen into a single screen basically, no?
Mm.
Instead of having one screen and a keyboard sa baba, keypad. And ayun, depende kasi sa purpose mo. If you wanna have the most compact device and
Mm.
still experience the advantages of folding tech, no? Then you
Mm.
go for the flip, no? But if you yun nga, what I always say, no, what I always say when someone asks, no, what's better, the Fold 3 or the Flip 3, no?
Yeah.
I would tell them that, if you really wanna experience the maximum, all of the benefits of a folding device, then you go for the Fold 3, no?
Mm.
Kasi ang Fold 3 kasi, well, to me kasi yung Flip 3 is whatever form it's in, no, it's still a phone. No,
Mm.
whether it's closed, whether it's open, it's still a phone. It's just a phone, one device. No, the Fold 3, however, is a phone when it's folded, and when you unfold it, it becomes a new category of a device. It's almost technically
A
a
tablet.
tablet.
Yeah.
No, so that's like having two devices at the same time. No, and yun nga, basically when you unfold it, it transforms into an entirely different category that delivers an entirely different experience.
Mhm.
No, and that's why you pay so much more for it, I
Mhm.
guess. So it depends on ano ba yung what you wanna experience, no?
Eh,
If you just wanna experience folding tech per se,
mhm.
and you don't want to go parang you just need you need the compact form factor, but you still want to enjoy some of the benefits of a folding phone, then you get the Flip.
Mhm.
But if you want an entirely parang categorical changing experience from one device to another, pero hindi ka nagpapalit ng device in a way,
Mhm.
no, you get the full 3. No, so that's
Ikaw,
then yeah.
what about consumer Emman? What would you prefer? What's your
Hmm.
preference?
3310 pa din ako eh. Hindi, joke. Hindi,
Para
actually,
pumapasok ng email.
actually more 5110 na kaya ko eh. Gusto ko may antenna na talaga. Hindi, joke.
Talaga? Interesting.
pero hindi. I mean, seriously, if I was to choose between the fold and the flip myself,
Yeah.
no, if
Yeah.
money was not an issue,
Yeah.
I go for the fold 3, of course. I want the full experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want the full experience. That's I just think that the Fold 3 is much worth its price.
Yeah.
Compared to the Flip. No.
Gotcha. Interesting. Interesting discussion, which I never thought would come out.
Pero,
From
pero again, if anything, the form factor of the Engage before, the Engage phone, yun yung nami-miss ko.
yung gusto mo. Seriously, how do you prefer the Engage? Not gonna lie.
yun yung mukhang Game and Watch, di ba?
Not gonna lie.
With the keypad and left and right, and then the screen in the middle.
Well, here's a little anecdote. Like, may kabarkada ko from high school. He had an Engage.
Yeah.
We used to make fun of him because with the Engage you had to take the phone calls on the side of the phone.
Yeah.
It is the strangest thing we've ever heard. But all right. Although not gonna lie, those are good times because that's when you really see that companies really try different
Yeah.
things.
Yep. Yep.
And I was a fan of the QWERTY keyboards on the Nokia devices.
Mm.
I had the device that had that focus on music. I forget which one that was.
Dami yun. Dami yun.
Yung QWERTY, I forget which one, but yeah.
Mm.
Those were the days when you hear the number and you know what it was.
Yep.
It's like okay, that's the top spec one. Like like remember how it was the higher the number, the more premium it was, diba?
Mm.
Nowadays, like nah, bruh. Depends on the company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nowadays, you have to remember the letter, but sometimes even the letter is kind of confusing. If you guys follow
Yeah.
Vivo and their phones, yeah, it's an interesting world.
Yep. Kasi ngayon, even an entire segment, no, like for example, it's like you have like an A series and a B series and a C series, no. Even within the A series, meron ka pang hierarchy sa loob nun.
Yeah,
No? Meron ka pang top of the line A, meron kang mid-range A, at meron kang budget A.
may subcategories pa yan. Tapos,
Yan. May ganun pa yan.
Minsan may refresh ka pa 2022,
yeah.
2021. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a whole separate
That's
discussion.
yeah. I mean, we gotta, that's a good idea for next next
Yeah,
session.
that's true.
Segmentation.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
Natin yan. Ipeg natin yan
Yeah,
as
yeah.
one topic.
Iilista na natin yun
And
now.
let's vote on that again.
Yeah, true.
Yep. Yeah.
So going back, along with the X Fold, it'll come out with the X Note, which was spotted on the Geekbench benchmark. And it is listed to have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. Technically, it had the Taro chipset, but because Taro usually refers to the flagship of Qualcomm, it's Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, which unsurprising. Nowadays, like whenever you see an H Gen 1, it's kind of, it's what you expect from the companies. It has it's rumored to have a 7-inch quad HD plus AMOLED display, 120 hertz refresh rate, and all these good stuff. But for me, honestly, it's the design that I kind of dig. The rear panel has a rectangle on the top, like it segments the camera module, and then there's a circle on the left side. For those that are listening, and then there are 4 cameras inside that circle. Which, honestly, I'm a huge fan of this year's. I'm a fan of this year's camera module design. It's quite unique. It's usually bigger than it used to be, but I think it's just more stylish. If you guys have seen the device on what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the X Note? Assuming like the renders are to be believed. Since spec wise it's kind of hard to differentiate nowadays because it's you get the usual like high resolution AMOLED, usually you got your high refresh rates, 8 Gen 1,
Yeah.
same stuff. So what do you have to like, what's your take on the design?
This one, the X Note.
Yes, the X Note.
Okay.
Assuming the renders are,
Yeah.
accurate.
Again, it's more of the same thing, no. When you see other phones these days at the same category, they all have basically almost the same specs.
Yeah.
No. Parang there's like a trend na going on when you hear it's a flagship, automatic Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 yan.
Oh.
Or automatic yan, may 5K na battery, may ridiculously fast charging, ganyan.
Yep.
I think one area that that they could differentiate is in the display. No, kasi design-wise, you get more or less dalawa lang yan eh. You get a flat display, you get a curved display. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
No. And unfortunately, some people hate the curved display, and some people hate the flat display. No. Ako personally, I'm okay with both. No.
Yeah,
I
same.
don't mind a curved display. Pero yun nga, parang minsan ngayon ang titingnan mo na lang is the features, no? Are the features, not more less on the hardware, more on the features, no? So parang ngayon, for example, sa display, is it an LTPO 2.0 display, no? Kasi meron kang IPS LCD lang, no?
Yep.
And then meron kang AMOLED, and then is it an LTPO 2.0, meaning it can go down to 1 hertz, no? It can and one thing that's missing, I think, from today's devices, no? Karamihan sa kanila, they're not even parang isang company lang yung ever nag-try na parang mag 4K display, di ba? Sony lang. No? Sony lang. Wala pang iba. No? Parang everybody's sticking to full HD pa rin, no? Full HD plus. And meron mga 2K, meron mga nilang 2K, but still, nobody's really pushing it that hard to go to 4K because probably they think it's pointless, no?
Yeah.
Kasi nga, di ba, it's just a small screen. And what it will do is just drain your battery so much.
Not to mention, the only thing you'll probably consume on 4K, probably videos, YouTube,
YouTube,
Netflix, maybe.
Netflix, yeah. And if you have 4K local files that you view, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero tipong, like most people nowadays view like what? Facebook, TikTok, diba? So
Yeah.
4K really doesn't make sense. Well, at least not.
Not yet, yeah.
Yeah.
So, ayun, I think it looks nice, no? It looks nice from a design standpoint. I'm really interested in that Zeiss implementation again.
Mhm.
No, if it's as good as the X70 Pro Plus, no. And ayun, looking forward to you can basically expect the same performance, no.
Yeah.
But again, it's more of parang how do you sustain that performance? No, anong klaseng cooling ba yung ilalagay nila dyan? Because the 8 Gen 1 is known to be thermals wise, parang challenging chip, no?
Yep.
Very mainit siya. Let's say mainit siya. So it's a matter of how can you differentiate your phone in terms of being able to sustain that performance, no? The top performance. Kasi yun nga, yung iba nagta-throttle, di ba? Yung iba, parang yun, talagang nag-implement sila ng robust cooling solution. So that's one thing that you can probably look at dun sa phone. And then of course yung cameras, and then yung battery, and then yung fast charging. Yeah, and of course, how well their OS will do with this phone. No? I'm not sure what OS they're gonna use with this. Kung fan touch pa din or they're gonna use something else. No? Kasi I believe meron na sila nung isa pa nung bago. So, yan. And how it will fare for against the other flagships, no? Kasi medyo na ngayon, April na So, so ang dami nang nalabas na bago, no? So, it's gonna be interesting how it will fare. So, I think that it's a nice looking phone that's got the specs to compete, no? Hopefully it delivers. Yan. And hopefully again, they bring it here. No. Yeah.
So yun, ako naman yung napansin ko lang parang dumadami na yung mga phones na may circular na na camera
Camera.
camera island ba tawag dito? Camera island. Hindi
Yeah,
ko talaga
camera module. Yeah.
hindi ko siya trip talaga tignan, eh. Mas gusto ko talaga yung mga straight lang na rectangle or magkakapantay yung lens. Parang yun lang yung pinaka-issue ko dito sa design na 'to. Pero yun nga, yung curved and flat screen parang okey lang din both.
In terms of ano ba 'to? In terms of battery and charging, no, would you prefer ba a large battery over an overly fast charging thing?
Oo,
Charge.
siguro mas okey nga yung larger battery na mas matagal kaysa
Kasi
yung
kasi
maya-maya ka nagcha-charge.
dalawa lang yan, no?
Oo,
You get a big battery but you get slower charging, or
mm.
you get a smaller battery and you get faster charging. Ganun.
Oo. Mas hassle kasi yung nabibitin ka sa paggamit na, sige mabilis nga ma-charge yan pero nabibitin ka naman dahil bigla na lang mamamatay or biglang kailangan mo na agad mag-charge. Mas
Yep.
piliin ko na yung makakapagpanood ako ng movie na hindi iniisip na
Mm.
mauubos agad.
Di ba pwedeng parehas? Large battery, large charging.
I mean, so far, parang ngayon naman, it's starting to become, na parang may 5K na battery na with a decent
100, mga 60 plus
fast charging time. No?
charging, yeah.
Ayan.
No, but I noticed for the trend is that companies tend to lower the battery capacity then increase the fast charging. I'm not sure if that's the play, but it might be a tech limitation or something.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it's a limitation
Could be. Yeah.
because we're stuck with lithium powered batteries. So
mhm.
Mm.
I've been following the battery scene, and parang yung next breakthrough is by using parang carbon nanotube something for battery charging or
Yun
using
ba
a
yung
different
solid state?
chemical. Yeah, yung parang ganun, parang may pagka-phase change siya. So,
Oh.
that's supposed to be the next thing, but I think it's too expensive for small phones or rather parang hindi kaya liitan yung technology for that.
Yeah.
I see.
Pag
Oo.
carbon nanotubes, mahirap pa siya i-produce ng malamihan eh.
Yes.
Oh, so mahirap yung tech.
Mhm.
I see. Pero pwede siyang i-scale down or hindi rin?
I think yun yung problem, yung scaling it down.
Oh.
Kasi so far industrial use pa lang yung mga carbon nanotech, especially usually for mga rocket science siya gamit, yung mga gamit for uh space use. So,
Sobrang mahal pa niya.
antay natin Tesla.
pero gets, ang laki ng diferensya nga ng rocket science sa smartphones. All right. I think that's generally all of it with Vivo. They're launching it on, I think, April 12, if I'm not mistaken.
Either 11 or 12.
11.
I think 11. Yeah.
Yeah. They're releasing it on 11. There's a lot of releases on 12, by the way. Well, also, if you guys are interested to check out all these news, well, minus the the April Fool stuff, the Vivo stuff, it's all on gadgetpilipinas.net. You guys can check that out. Moving on, I think is a topic that Grant can take the lead on, which is the GPU price reduction.
Yep.
Here we go.
Ayan na. So,
Let's
Ayan
go.
finally, I guess
Yeah.
it's almost 2 years in the making, but prices have finally dropped. Unfortunately, not near SRP. So, it's still
Sorry,
expensive.
before you
Yeah.
continue, ang ganda talaga ng featured ganda talaga ng featured
Actually,
image.
inisip ko diyan ako nagtagal sa pag-isip ng featured image. Stonks.
Thoughts. Good stuff.
So, yeah. So, the past few weeks, we've seen brands quietly drop their prices, no. Yung pinaka nahuli natin was Asus kasi across different resellers talaga in-implement nila. Unlike ibang brands na usually yung mga bagong stock lang or by model sila dahan-dahan nagpa-price drop. Ito si Asus, pin-price drop nila halos lahat. So, that said, actually simula nung pinost ko yung article na yun, may mga PM sa page, okay, sir, okay na build guide ngayon? Or anong GPUs yung okay? Pwede na ba akong bumili ng RTX card? And ayun nga, so instead of me replying to all of those messages na medyo use case, so I made my life easier by providing an article, then sila na bahala decide from themselves. But of course, to discuss further, so I made a quick parang price history comparison versus
Nice.
last year and of course today's prices and of course versus kung ano dapat yung SRP ng mga RTX 30 series CPUs. So I made a quick table. So for some graphics cards, naka-range siya from lowest to highest on a certain period. Kasi for these graphics cards kasi you have different models, 'di ba, from the entry level or the most basic vanilla card to the custom PCB version. So instead of doing an average na that might skew off the numbers, we've decided to make a range na lang for easier comparison, of course, context since uh, the prices will also vary from store to store, no? So mas okay na naka-range tayo. Then for the April 2022 pricing, there are some models na across the board from different brands around 110k lang siya for the 3090 ganyan. For the 3080 Ti, it sits at 80k, so naka-average lang yun. But for other cards then, you have cards that have ranges then from that can range to more or less 5,000 price difference, no? But to cut it short, this article aims to answer the question: is it worth to buy a GPU right now, no, considering today's prices? So, uh, for this article, I made a comparison again dun sa last year price. So yung peak prices or the highest price that we experience for these GPUs mining, and then the next one is the PHSRP. So what I did was to check in between, no. So how close are we to the Philippine SRP? So yung Philippine SRP pala is taken from the Nvidia PH website. So uh yung sa mga landing page ng GPUs nila, meron dun sa pinakadulo before you press the see all buying options. Meron yung starting at PHP ganyan. So for some cards meron sila. Yung other cards like the 3060 Ti and actually the 3060. Yung 3060 kasi I have a screenshot, so yun yung nilagay ko. Yung 3060 Ti, tinanggal nila kaagad, so halos walang historical data about that kung ano yung sinet ni Nvidia.
Mhm.
And ayun, so going back, April 2022 price versus the PH SRP. So what cards are the winners for this price drop? Or if you're looking to buy these cards, then it's a go signal. So to summarize the article, the winners are the RTX 3070 Ti, RTX 3060 Ti, and so-so yung RTX 3060. Now, why the 70 Ti and the 60 Ti? Mainly because they're priced very, very close to the original SRP, pre-mining prices, pre-scalping prices. Sila yung pinakamalapit. And plus, it's way cheaper than both the non-TI counterparts and yung next upgrade tier nila. So for the 3070, it's actually the same price, if not lower than an RTX 3070, but you're getting way more performance kasi the 3070 Ti is closer to the 3080 rather than the 3070 non-TI. Same case din sa 3060 Ti. The 3060 Ti is closer to the 70 model rather than the 60 model. So in a way it kind of cannibalizes the higher end cards.
Mhm.
So I don't know why, mainly because siguro yung 3080 and 3070 are still used for mining despite may mga LHR cards na. So if you're looking to buy a 3080, go for a 3070 Ti instead. If you're looking to buy a 3070, go for a 3060 Ti instead. Now, yung 3060, uh, it's a it's a so-so scenario if kasi the 3060 and the 3060 Ti only have a 2,000 to 4,000 peso difference. So if you cannot squeeze out the budget, kung di mo kaya mag-ipon lang for a few months, or if you cannot sacrifice something in your build,
Mhm.
then sige, pwede na yung 3060. But if you
Okay.
can wait, absolutely go for the 3060 Ti. Ang laki ng performance jump niyan. And of course, the losers for the price drop, no, despite the lower prices, hindi pa rin sulit for me. At least for me, I won't buy those cards. The 3080 and the 3070. Actually,
Okay.
if you can also see, yung 3080 sobrang konti lang nung price drop. Yung 3070, ganun din. It's about the same case. So there's not really much to say on how to convince you guys to buy the 3080 and the 3070 kasi value-wise 70 Ti talaga and 60 Ti. And of course, for those looking for higher end cards din, no, yung mala GN Carlo Viterbo yung yung purchasing power.
Full
Pwede
name
ka
talaga, no?
mag 3090 for 110K. Pero yun nga, hindi gumalaw yung prices. But ayun nga, if high-end card yung hanap mo, the better value would be the 3080 Ti since from 100K average price niya, bumaba na lang siya to around 80K. Excuse me. And the performance difference between 3080 Ti and 3090 in gaming is only 5 to 10% depending on the game.
Mhm.
So if you have not so powerful CPU pa, parang wala lang yung performance difference na yun because you're getting bottlenecks.
Yeah.
But bottlenecks aside, yeah, the 3080 has more value. Except if you're a content creator din na that would take advantage of the extra 12 gig VRAM, no? Versus
Yeah.
12 gig lang ng 3080 Ti versus 24 gig ng 3090. And yeah, that's about it. So whether or not you're looking to upgrade a PC or looking to are looking to buy a PC or looking to upgrade their current graphics card, uh, set your eyes on the 3070 Ti, 3060 Ti for mga mid to entry level graphics cards. 3080 Ti for high end ones, and don't bother with the 3080 and 3070 unless siguro it's from the second hand market, or at least if the 3080 and 3070 are cheaper than the Ti variants, no. So that's it. So that said, with the current prices, are you guys looking to upgrade your GPUs?
Ako, no.
Ah, teka.
Yeah.
Bakit nag-no yung isa? Then naka 3080 ka na, diba?
Yeah. Kaya nga, no.
Kaya early adopter, so you got it
more
for
or
cheap.
less the reason naman is wala akong pambili. So even if I wanted to, diba?
Even if you wanted to, you'll end up
Yeah.
in 30 Ti or 3090.
Tsaka there is no I mean, I don't have any actual use cases for it.
Yeah.
Anything more than what I have right now, it really does the job.
Yeah.
I guess my processor could use an upgrade. No? I'm still using a 3700X, but it still pushes it can still do everything I throw at it. With no issues.
Yeah.
I guess I could use the more, like Dan said, that I could probably use the additional cores on the 3090, or 3080 Ti or 3090 nga. But yun nga, parang for the price difference that I'm gonna pay for it, I can wait the extra minutes. No? Hindi
Yeah.
naman ako same day edit eh. So if I was doing same day editing work like that, no.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff is being thrown to me na marami talagang projects na video and
Yeah.
same day yung release, no.
Oh.
Yeah, sure. I could probably use
Simple boost.
the less time that it takes to render. But as of now, no, minsan-minsan lang naman dumating yung video work, so I could still do with it. And it's a good thing, no, that prices are going down, no. I believe meron na nga mga tama ba grant for Asus, no, yung iba nilang 3080, I believe parang tama ba yung tingin ko kanina na parang meron mga nasa 50 range, 50K something? O wala, or is that like SRPs lang? SRPs lang ata yun, ano?
Yeah, SRP lang. Pero
SRPs
actually,
lang.
kanina nung ginagawa ko yung article, I was searching
Mm.
for RTX 3080 prices as in current prices at April
Ah,
2022.
ah.
Ang weird lang kasi most stores don't have them in stock, yung 3080. 3080
Okay.
model mismo. Kung meron
Mm.
man, halatang old stock siya kasi yung price niya 2021 pa na around 70K plus. So it's not really moving, which is to me is weird kasi there are two 3080s na eh. You have the 10 gig version and you have the 12 gig version.
Yeah.
So far, wala pa akong nakikitang store na nagbenta ng 12 gig version. Even
Mm.
post from brands na pineflex nila na may 12 gig variant sila. So, I find it weird, or baka wala lang talagang allocation sa Pilipinas nung upgraded model na yun.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a factor din siguro na sobrang dikit nga nung price ng 3070 Ti na it's more cost efficient for distributors and stores to get the Ti instead. Whether it's 3080 Ti or 3070 Ti. So, pero sa second hand market, we actually have 3080s na binebenta. I think I saw one sa tipid PC mga 55K. So, yun, medyo pwede pa siya. But
Malayo
if
pa
you're
din sa
aiming at,
SRP, no?
if you're aiming at a brand new card, parang sobrang mahirap maghanap ng 3080.
Yeah.
So,
marami yatang out of stock ngayon na 3070 Ti pa 3080.
yeah, kasi yun yung pinibili. But,
Yeah.
so far stable naman na there are some brands na meron pa yung iisang model nilang out of the 3 models that they carry. So,
Yeah.
it's not really hard to buy. And yun nga pala, to add, yung April 2022 price listing pa natin, the prices listed can be lower Especially if you build a whole PC kasi yun na yung usong discount ngayon ng mga stores if you buy a whole PC. Yeah. One-time, big-time purchase. So, sa
Yeah, that makes
GPU,
sense.
it can be at most less than 5,000 pa. So, imagine 3070 Ti 43 to less than 5K pa when you buy a whole PC. So, they're really enticing PC builders. And of course, yun nga, yung flow ng stocks natin considering you have Intel Alder Lake na and the 5000 series processors from AMD na finally nilabas na nila yung mga lower end or mga entry level options nila, yung mga non-X models.
May question
So,
pala ako, Grant.
yeah,
Yung
go.
prices din ba ng AMD GPUs? Ganyan din halos?
Bumaba din to some extent, but uh, what what I saw with AMD kasi is hindi sila strict sa SRP. So, they actually call dun sa mga PRs nila or sa mga official uh, media kits nila, they don't call it SRP, SEP siya. So, for me, di ko alam actually yung meaning ng SEP, yung letter E.
Estimated?
Suggested estimated price.
Oh.
Not sure, pero yeah, mga ganun. And then, ang layo eh. So, if you see Nvidia kasi na nilagay nila yung mga price, back when mining was a thing or yung mga demand was a thing, sobrang dikit niya talaga sa actual SRP, mga plus 2K to 4K lang on some models. Kasi diba, yung RTX 3080, 41,000. May mga brands talaga naglabas ng 41,000 at launch, no? Si Ginoong Giancarlo nakakuha.
Naging ginawa na siya. Matindi.
So, yeah, yung mga pinagpala for the RTX cards. But then for AMD kasi, yung mga price na pinost nila, or at least pinare, actually available yun sa website, no, yung mga announcement cards nila, is sobrang layo eh. So, it's around at most, or at the very least, 6,000 peso price difference. So parang it's hard to trust the parang general range na binigay ni AMD just because hindi siya nasusunod dito sa Pilipinas, at least sa PH.
I see.
So, ayun. And I think actually nung ginagawa ko yung article, yung mga nakita kong viable cards to include from AMD, actually isa lang. It's the RX 6600, which is actually mas mura siya sa 3060 right now from 24 to 26,000. So, raw performance wise, slightly better than the 3060, pero yun nga, you're losing RTX, which is another discussion. But yeah, I wanted the article to focus on the RTX 30 series kasi sila yung mas mahal. And
Yeah.
AMD kasi yung ginawa nila, they already priced their GPUs above Nvidia nung launch pa lang. So,
Yeah.
it's not like they're mainly affected with mining kasi prefer pa rin ng mga miners yung Nvidia GPUs actually. And the RX 6000 series GPUs are not that good in mining in terms of kung magkano yung kinikita mo per watt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What?
Watt? Watt na WATT.
What? Shoutout kay Jam Ancheta. Sabi niya naka-3080 si Emman, I feel poor.
Ako hindi siya naka 3070 ah.
Tapos sabi ni Gian kanina, gusto mo bigyan ka namin ng same day video release para masulit yung 3080. Smiley face. Tapos suggestion ni Jam, gusto mo ba na same day video? The nervous laughter ensues. Good stuff.
Ikaw ba Ran?
Ako, first and foremost, I think I'd rather upgrade my entire system before my GPU. Kasi gamit ko pa naman yung natin, yung, ano ba to? Super? 2080 Super yata?
Yeah, 2080.
Yeah.
2080 Super.
So I think if there's anything I'm gonna upgrade right now is probably motherboard and processor because mine is a 7. Like the fact that I can't upgrade my Windows to Windows 11, which may or may not be a good thing, is yet to be seen. But I kind of like, part of me wants to upgrade to Windows 11, which means I have to upgrade my processor, which means I have to upgrade my motherboard. And because a lot of the things I do right now doesn't need the 30 series, so I think I'm good with the 20 series. If anything, mag-iipon muna ako para mag-upgrade ng processor pati motherboard. And that's me. Wala eh. Mahirap ang hirap kumita ngayon. Dalawa lang. Hirap pag-ipon.
Mahal din kasi.
Oo, yun din. Yeah, if anything, I'll probably aim for a 3070 Ti.
Nice.
If like I had the budget and if I had a good system already going at maybe 3070 Ti is what I'd be gunning for, just because I think it's a good sweet spot and the price is pretty decent now. Coming from where it came from based on the article. Yeah. I think that's it for tonight. If there's may mga pahabol pa ba kayo?
Wala naman, sir.
Naman. Very nice, very nice. Before we end, of course, there's the bi-monthly checkup. What can we expect from you, Mr. Can we expect in the near future, Mr. Migs Palispis?
More news and ayun.
Reviews? Meron ba?
Reviews din natin. Medyo kabado pa ako eh.
May mga upcoming gig ka dyan, sir.
Yeah, no nga. May gig ka ba?
Wala pa sa ngayon. Working on lang sa mga music projects pero puro recording pa lang. So, hopefully soon.
Yan.
May album ba napalabas?
Wala pa naman. Mga singles lang. Gearing
Very
up
nice.
pa. Gearing up.
Very nice, very nice. Ikaw, Grant, what can you expect?
Okay, so for last month, puro RTX 3050 on the desktop side. So ngayon, RTX pa rin, but behind me, I have two laptops that have RTX 30 series mobile GPUs. And of course, yung bago sa kanila is that they are sporting Intel 12 Gen CPUs na. So behind me, for those who are watching, is the ROG Flow Z13 featuring the Intel. I think this is an i7 model, i7 12700H, and an RTX 3050. Tapos yung pinagpapatungan niya is the Gigabyte Aorus 15P that has the i7 12700H din. So they're the same processors in a different form factor. Of course, yung GPU nung sa Aorus is the 3070 Ti. So right now we shift our focus from desktop to laptops. So it's laptop month ngayon, especially for Intel kasi they have new products. And of course, next month, so i-advance ko na, we might be seeing AMD powered laptops, no? I think it's 6,000 series. And of course, it's Computex month next month, so tignan natin.
Yan na.
Yan na.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Ikaw, Emman, anong... Yung tawa pa lang eh.
Same day edits.
Same day edits. Joke lang. Ano ba? Well, there are a couple of reviews upcoming. No? Smartphones. I believe meron ding smartwatch. There's an upcoming review for a smartwatch from Mr. Alan Abaca. So I just assigned him a smartwatch. And then there's a new TWS head earphones, no? Review then. And then that's it. I guess that's it for me. For review. We're thinking of doing additional, a collab video for some smartphones, but we're still planning it. No, hopefully matuloy. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's for Samsung's A series. No, we have we have some of the phones kasi here, pinadalan tayo ng some engineering units, I think. 4 engineering units na meron dito, and we can talk about it, no, as a first impressions. Yan, so we're still planning it, but hopefully matuloy. Yan. But yeah, so more on the reviews tayo. Yan.
See. Is our giveaway still on?
Yeah. If you guys are, for those who are playing actually Valorant, no, we have we have an ongoing giveaway, no.
Yeah.
For 5 neon swag kits. Medyo marami na yung comments, guys. So if I were you, sumali na kayo, no. I'm not sure who will actually pick the winners. I think it's the client that will pick, no. So it won't be picked randomly, it will be picked by creativity, no. So if you can make your answer very, creative, that would be nice, no.
More chances
Yeah.
of winning.
More chances of winning. Yeah. Ayan. Again, sizes are fixed, unfortunately, predetermined. So hindi ko ma-guarantee na makukuha niyo yung tamang size for you.
Yep.
No, but if you get the wrong size, maybe you can consider it as a collector's item na lang, no. Yeah. Or you can actually gift it to your, loved one who kanino siya kasya.
Depende na kung kanino kasya.
Pag pasisihin niyo yung Google, kasi ginugel ko lang kung ano yung pinaka-common sizes ng shirts, no.
Yeah.
It turns out large pala, large.
So to be fair, there's more than a shirt, so
So dinamihan namin yung large, actually. I think dalawa yung large doon. 1XL, 1 small, and 1 medium. Yan. So we'll be drawing out the winners sometime this month.
Okay.
Tingnan natin kung baka i-extend pa ni client yung duration if many people are joining. Or kung gusto niyo mag-petition kayo na damihan nila yung giveaway.
Yeah. That's true.
Gawin nilang 10. But then again, sobrang exclusive kasi nung kit, no?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be sold anywhere else. So if you have this, pwede kayo magyabang sa mga ka-team niyo or mga kalaban niyo sa Valorant. Kahit mapatay man nila kayo sa game, wala naman sila niyan.
Diba? Or mag-steam sila with that, diba?
Wala ka naman kayo. Wala naman kayong hoodie.
Maganda yung hoodie. I'm not gonna lie. I like the hoodie.
Yeah, yep, the hoodie is good. Maganda yung quality ng stuff, guys. Maganda yung quality ng kit mismo.
Nice.
Yep. And it really, it stands out, no? Kasi yun nga, very rare yung chance na may makasalubong kang merong ganon. Yeah.
And very unique yung color, very neon. Neon na character, not the color.
Yep. Para siyang blue white na yung niya. So yun. Good luck sa mga sasali.
That's true. Up to everyone. So if you guys are watching the stream or rewatching the stream or listening to the podcast, you guys can check out our Facebook at Gadget Pilipinas, and it's a pinned post right now. It'll run sometime until this April, so I suggest you just drop by and leave a comment. The mechanics are there as well, so why not? Free Valorant swag, a chance to get at least. Shoutout kay Alan Abaka bago tayo umalis. Yeah, dumaan siya sa stream, sabi, yan! Bakit nasama no si Alan? As for me, I'm just back to news for now. I just a lot of news recently, not gonna lie. Ang daming lumalabas. Sabi ni Gian, he has an upcoming Laz Live this Tuesday that is April 12 at 12:30 p.m. So you guys can check that out. And Caroline is back if you guys haven't checked our Weekend Tech. It was Caroline who took over because Gian took a break. Malay natin, maybe she'll have a new segment, Caroline's tech tips on maybe TikTok and IG Reels, you know? Baka? Maybe?
Baka maybe. Grants rant.
Baka
Grand chance, diba? But, you know, it's gonna be exciting stuff. Welcome back, Caroline. If
Yeah.
you guys haven't checked out Weekend Tech, which is our weekly tech news rundown, maybe you guys can check that out on YouTube. If you guys want to check out our other episodes of Blip Bytes, you can check that out on whichever podcast you prefer, Apple Music, Spotify, whichever. You can also check us out on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on Gadget Pilipinas. But yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you guys for dropping by.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. That was a fun night of discussion of April Fools. Actually, that was fun. Vivo devices, the lower GPU prices. Hope you guys were well informed and hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye. Good night.
Night.
Bye.
Bye bye.